Today, Top 30 is the only company in the world able to design, produce, set up and manage a top-level competition. Everything within the same company. Everything with the trustworthiness and professionalism that an official competition requires. Everything. Top 30. Top 30. The heart of climbing.
Well, good morning and welcome to Xining in Shanghai province of China. This is the IFSC Lead and Speed World Cup for 2012, our first of 3 Asia World Cups here in the lead season. In 2012, it's our second World Cup in Asia after our Bouldering World Cup earlier in the year in Xining. But it's semi-finals day here and we are live in the middle of Xining. Xining is situated in the western part of China, and it's quite a mountainous region. It's actually one of the biggest provinces in China, but actually has one of the smallest populations of only just over 5.5 million. They've come out in their numbers again to watch the world's best climbers. It's on semi-finals day here. We've got the semi-finals lead about to start in a few minutes' time. If we just have a look at who's going to be starting, we'll have the men's start list coming up for you in a second. And there you can see Kai Shu, the first climber coming out. It's the lowest seeded from the qualifications that started yesterday. All 20 of the climbers qualified, so we only have 20 in the final. It's only 40 competitors. If you missed the semi-finals, you can catch the replay of that. The quarterfinals, you can catch the replay of that on the IFSC YouTube channel. So this is the second page. Sean McCall, you see at the bottom there, he'll be coming third out. A third from last to start. He also competed yesterday in the speed qualifications and only came just outside the qualification period, actually just missing out 2 other people who didn't qualify in that with the world number 1 and world number 2 from the World Championships. And here you can see Jacob Schubert and Ramon Julian Poublon will be the first to climb, the last to climb in the men's semi-finals. Our first climber is going to come out now, so we'll quickly have a look at the female start lists just before they're starting. And you can see Kai Chu will be out first for the women's. Sorry, Renzing Wangmu for the Chinese women's category. This is page 2. Barbara Bakker, Shui Han, Magdalena Roch, Benjina Malame, Dina Fakridova, Charlotte Durif, Katerina Posch, Helena Janikot, Jana Ernst, and then Mina Markovic and Kim Jae-in. They are our athletes starting in the semi-finals. So our first climbers are out, and we'll take straight into their climbing. And as they're climbing, I'll go through the actual type of routes we are on.
是67号朱家伟，来自中国香港。那我们现在进行的比赛呢是难度的半决赛，我们分别有男女2条线路。
So I've just found out it's 8B pluses for both of these routes, and going to be quite longer than yesterday's routes. They were 7B and 8A, 7C and 8A yesterday for women's and men's respectively. If you just have a look at the routes now, you can see Kaiwan Chu just behind his name tag there at the bottom, which we'll just remove quickly for you. And then on the right hand side is Renzeng Guangmu. We just have a look at the men's route. You can just see that this is where he's got to travel. It's quite a windy route, round to the left, back across the slab. Oh, and Renzeng Guangmu just falling off there. And as she falls off, we'll just have a look at her route as well. Actually, as the men's just fallen off as well. So this is the majority of the women's route. Again, the big overhang in the grey area, it's quite steep on the women's side, and then they go right across over to the other side of the wall and back around to the top. So if you're wondering which voice this is, you're hearing Danny, Finn and Johnny Bryan, our regular commentators, unavailable here in Asia, but I'm the producer. We've brought portable equipment over to Asia, brought you a live webcast, and I'll do my best to bring you as much information. Do get into the live chat, and you can ask any questions if you've got anything, and I'll try and answer them.
好的，那现在男子线路上是89号张宇翔，来自中华台北。
And
our next two climbers are out. Yushang Jiang from Taipei and Rong Jiang from China on the right-hand side in the women's route.
现在观看到的是2012年中国青海高原世界杯攀岩赛的难度半决赛，那我们有男女各2条线同时进行比赛。
您现在看到女子线路上攀爬的中国运动员蒋蓉，她在去年的全国锦标赛分站赛当中，最后的总排名是拿到了磐石第1位的成绩。那么她也是非常年轻的一位运动员。 今天我们也是非常期待他的表现，加油，蒋蓉！
So in this, and there's early falls here on the qualification stages for these climbers that are not too big on the climbing circuit, but as we're over in Asia, they've had the opportunity to participate. There's only 20 from each category competing in the both categories, so only 40, which meant 20 of each made it through to the semi-finals. All the athletes that entered. We will see the creme de la creme of climbers out a little bit later. There was a surprise from Maya Vidmar yesterday, who had quite qualifications in terms of her, considering she won the bronze medal last week in, or 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. So she'll be out in 3 climbs time. We might be expecting something better from her today. Another athlete from Taipei out next on the women's. And then there'll be Zida Ma from China on the men's.
好的，现在来到男子线路之前呢是55号马自达，是代表中国队。那马自达的成绩呢，在国内也比较优异啊。我们会看到呢，他在2011年全国攀岩的分站赛里面，在山东海龙镇是拿到了男队第1。我们看一下他今天的表现。
往前走，往前走。
So you can see on men's squat we have 55 Mazda from China.
And on the warmer-ups is number 40, Li Hongying from Taipei. 在女子线路现在正将开始攀爬的是40号李红莹，来自中华台北。李红莹也是在是上一届的世界体育大会当中获得了非常好的成绩。
观众朋友们，给予他们一些鼓励和掌声，谢谢。
那么，我们的运动员今天面临的挑战也是更大。哇哦！当然，他们的攀爬也会更加精彩。
两位选手加油！
So, as I was saying about here, we're in Xining in China. Xining is one of the biggest cities in the Shanghai province. Has the biggest population in the whole province, and the actual province is one of the biggest in China, although one of the smallest populated. It's 2,500 meters above sea level where we're at. It's very hot, dry. It's mountainous, but very sandy mountains, sandstone and sand mountains. Dust basically covers the whole desert area with a couple of rivers running through. It's very little rain throughout the year, but it makes it very good climbing conditions. Nice and cool, dry, which is good for the hands and the holds. And our Chinese athlete here, Zida Ma, doing well.
好的，观众朋友们，给予马自达一些鼓励和掌声，谢谢。
And that's the highest we've seen so far. But I'm sure as the stronger climbers come out, we will see a few more tops.
好，谢谢你，马自达。
Thank you.
Hello to anybody in the world watching over in America. It's quite late at night to you. So good evening, good morning to you on Australia side. Hello watching in Korea and Japan.
我们观众朋友也可以看得出来，运动员今天的攀爬相对昨天来说，肯定是没有那么轻松。那么你现在看到的是男子以及女子的半决赛，难度半决赛。好的，我们看到在女子线路现在又有一名运动员出场了，她是32号 Anastasia from Russia。
好的，我们现在静静的期待男子的下一位队员出场。好的，我们男子的又一名队员出场，56号索朗加措，来自中国。索朗加措呢，在国内的成绩也非常不错，他是一名藏区的运动员。那2011年全国的攀岩分站赛在西宁站里面，他拿到了难度第1。第19届全国攀岩赛锦标赛，他也拿到过难度第1和攀石的第3。 从这里来看出，我们中国的选手中，他的实力也是比较强的，虽然年纪也比较轻。
On the main route, Suolang Jiachuo, he just got the first place on the China Championship on lead and also on the bouldering. He was on the top 5 as well. For the last year, he got the over 5 times of the bouldering top 1. He's one of us the most potential lead and boulder climber in China. Come on, Anastasia.
好的，观众朋友们，你现在所观看到的是2012年中国青海高人世界杯攀岩赛，难度半决赛。那我们现在进行的是男女难度半决赛，要同时在进行。我们现在在男子线上的这名选手是56号，来自中国的索尔加措。
好的，女子攀爬的是来自俄罗斯的37号 Anastasia。那么她也是一名非常年轻的运动员，现在也不满20岁，非常年轻，加油！那么我们看到她现在攀爬，非常的轻松，而且也是很稳。
谢谢你，索尔加措。
I was Suolang Jiachuo from China, number 56. Thank you very much. That was a very nice climbing for us. 那么我们的观众，请多多的为我们运动员加油、鼓掌。我们的运动员也会在你们的支持当中攀爬得更加激情、更加顺利。谢谢你们，加油！哇，我们看到 Anastasia 现在的攀爬真的是让人惊叹，她的这个动作可能在我们平时，我们的观众可能在做。
Anastasia Samalina here on the overhang, doing well from Russia.
非常漂亮。
It's the highest we've seen on the women's category. Now she's on hold. They have 47 to the top of the holds now. She's on 24, 25. Nice turn, spin over there. And unfortunately couldn't get the right grip to get over to the next volume. About the halfway mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching IFSC Final World Cup in Shanghai. Now it's the semi-final leading competition for both men and women group. In the men's front, you sign number 61 Victor from Spain.
So Victor Estelacana from Spain, now on the men's route. Now their route is up to 44 holds, and he's down at 15. We just have a look. We can just have a look at the route on the men's route where he's got to get to.
好的，再看女子线路，即将攀爬的是一位非常漂亮的女生。
So
39
that's where he is.
来自斯洛文尼亚。On the woman round who's climbing right now is number 39, Maya from Slovenia. We haven't seen her on the IFSC result list for a while, but we can tell she was really, really good.
And that's, you can see he's in the middle of his route.
Let's look forward her
As
today.
Maya Vidmar now on the women's route. She's obviously feeling the cold this morning. She's got a scarf around her neck. It's quite unusual to see her. Well, I haven't seen that before in a climbing competition.
不是她的第一次，但是她的比赛成绩在以前是非常非常的好，她的排名目前也是在全球前10的一个排名。
刚出 Victor， 好的，男子运动 Victor 已经完成了他的比赛。我们这边可以看到今天的半决赛的线路难度还是比较大的。相对于昨天预赛给我们的这个线路，给我们的运动员还是有比较大的压力。
So Maya Vidmar looking to improve on yesterday's qualification routes.
我们看到玛雅现在的动作真的是非常的舒展，别人感觉爬的也非常轻松。玛雅呢也是身材非常高挑的一位漂亮女生，但是她的攀岩同样也是非常的强。而本次斯洛文尼亚代表队是派出了4名运动员参加比赛，其中是有2名男子、2名女子。而另外一名女运动员 Mina 在世界女子难度赛排名当中是在第1位，而 Maya 目前在世界的排名是第4。
好的，现在在男子线路，我们有一位新的选手，73号。
Now starting out on men's route in the semi-finals, Kim Jabi. Xining Kim's older brother.
On the men's route, you can see the partner who's climbing right now is number 73, Kim Jabi from Korea.
Allez Maya!
So Maya Vidmar, not had the strongest of seasons, but 2 weeks ago did podium, took the bronze in Atlanta. She had a small injury in the middle of the season between Briançon and Ims. Reached semi-finals regularly. Again, she's fallen. So try and get a question with her later. Really was not on her form today at all, or this competition. Holds her head, doesn't know what's going on. Try and get an interview with them later on. Not sure if she's struggling with an injury or anything, but Kim Jabi now on the men's route. You can see there, she's just not happy. Looking up at the wall, was it a slip? We don't know. We'll try and get an interview and find out what was wrong with her. Jabi Kim there, just holding on. He's only quite low at the moment in the climb. He's got a long way to go yet. There you can see the whole of the wall. It's a beautiful sunny morning here. So about 12, 14 degrees. It's not going to get much hotter than this here. And Kim Jabi falling. Wow, they were looking forward to seeing someone get above these overhangs. As our next female athlete comes out.
On the woman route, number 41, Lin Xiuzhu from Taipei.
好的，观众朋友们，您 你现在所观看的是2012年中国青海高原世界杯攀岩赛的难度预赛，难度男女预赛。我们的比赛进行方式是男女2条线同时进行比赛。
中华台北这次也是有3名运动员参加本次的比赛。刚刚有2名运动员已经完成了他们攀登，现在是他们的最后1名运动员，非常年轻的1名小运动员，也是他的攀爬在预赛当中排名也是非常的好。
好的，在男子线路上我们观察到有1名新的运动员入场，他是62号 Marco Antonio， 来自西班牙。Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the men's row, the climber is number 62, Marco Antonio from Spain.
这也是在目前场上第2位出场的西班牙运动员。那么这名运动员也是非常的厉害，他在目前世界上唯一1名完成5.15C 线路的1名运动员。那么15C 是什么概念呢？也就是我们现在看到的世界上只有他一个人能够完成的这个难度。
So 2 athletes out here, Marco Angarita from Spain and Xining from Taipei. Nice. Angry Birds chalk back there for Marco.
现在在男子线路上攀登的是来自西班牙的运动员 Mario Antonio， 而在女子攀登上线路上是来自中华台北的林秀如。
And again, they're dropping. Marco dropping, but I'm positive we'll see a few of the climbers topping as we get towards the business end of the pack. Urban Primovic will be out next for the Slovenia and for the competition. And Xining also falling. So
thank you.
This is where we've got at the moment on the women's route. That's as far as we've got here, 25 plus. And that was Anastasia Samalina, but I don't think she'll be holding on to that top 3 spot. We could see the other climbers have fallen. So that's where we're standing at the moment on the women's route. Up next though, so up next now on the men's route, Urban Primovic.
From Slovenia. His world ranking is 20 now.
而在女子线路上正在攀爬的是6号选手潘旭华，来自中国。
So Urban Primovic on the men's wall. He's from Slovenia. And he's 20 years old. He's done very well this season, in his first season. He's definitely one to be looking forward to in the future. On the women's route is Zhuhu Pan from China, and I hope the Chinese support are trying to push her up the wall. Who do we think will win in the finals this evening? Who's going to make it through to the finals this evening? Well, let's hope we can see some of the climbers as they come out now. We get to the stronger end of the semi-finals category, reaching the top slab after the overhang. So later on today we also have the speed semi-finals and finals. The last 16 through to finals will be taking place in about 5 hours time. And then this evening, when Europe is waking up, so hopefully we'll be watching some live viewers. We'll have some live viewers from Europe after you've had a nice sleep. Join us for the finals this evening, and then we're moving over to Korea next week for the next lead and speed competitions on the IFSC circuit. Pumic just getting a strong position, and he slips and was around the 20, 21, 22 hold. And Zhu Pan now left on the wall.
那现在男子线路87号阿尔莱斯多尼亚已经完成他的比赛。
在本次难度的半决赛当中，总共是有20名运动员进入到了比赛。他们的出场顺序也是按照在预赛当中成绩排名的倒序出场。现在正在攀爬的是来自中国的运动员潘旭华。 加油！我们的定线员也是定出了非常精彩的线路，在这里谢谢他们。
好的，男子选手已经出场，新的一名男子选手，76号 Van Kelven Joe 来自荷兰，世界排位第10位。On natural we can see number 76 Verhoeven Road. From Netherlands, world ranking now, her world ranking is number 10.
加油，潘旭华！
好的，观众朋友们，给予他一些掌声。好，谢谢。
来自中国队的潘旭华也是完成了他的攀登，而在男子赛道上，我们也是有一位运动员开始了他的攀爬。
Jörg Verhoeven, one of the stronger climbers coming out now, although did slip on one of the routes that everyone, 10 of the other climbers topped yesterday, the qualifications, just shy of the top. He's had quite a strong season though, Jürgen. He took gold back in Imst. It was his first competition back after quite a long time. It's his second World Cup in his career. He's currently ranked 10th in the world. He's came 5th 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, 6th in pairs and 5th in the World Championship. So he's definitely on form to reach the finals. If he can carry that form that he's brought over, if he can bring that over to here. In Asia. And he's not wasting time getting up, so he's up to around the 20-21 mark. This is where Urban Pumovic fell. Got a nice foothold there. Give him support. Up to 24 hold.
Our competition is still going on, and on the female side, the woman route who's climbing right now is number 7.
Coming out on the women's side now. Number 7, Lamu Runqing of China.
That's wonderful.
Great move.
Jörg Verhoeven looking strong here. Just coming over to the top of the overhang. And he has a long slab which he has to go across, back round to the right, back up to the left. So probably another 15 moves yet. He's on hole 30 down the top left. That's 31 that he's just that crimp he's just got over there. And Jörg Verhoeven there just falling off around 31, 32 hole mark, but that definitely puts him in the top half of the category. Let's have a look now at Lamu ranking. China. And there she is. This is the view of the two walls, they're side by side. This same walls as was here last year. Just as a quick glance as where she's got to go to. This is where Anastasia Samalina and Maya Vidmar are the top two. And there's a long route she still has to go. It's early days yet in the qualifications. We've been running half an hour. We're already close to the first halfway point on the women's category. And we are the halfway point in the men's category. Now we're looking at the business end of the competition, where we're going to see the top 8 go through to the semi-finals. Thomas Ballet now out for the men's category. He'll be looking to set a good standard for the rest to follow him out. Thomas Ballet is 22 years old. He's ranked 16th in the world. As Lamu Ranjing falls from the wall. We'll concentrate on Thomas Ballet. So this is Thomas Ballet, and this is where he needs to get to. On the route, you can see Jörg Verhoeven there, holding the top spot. The top 8 will go through, I'm sure. Urban Pumovic's position is looking a bit sceptical there in bronze, as with another 10 climbers still to come. But let's have a look at Thomas Ballet on his climb. And we go next on the women's category. Jenny Lavada.
Number 20, Jenny from Italy.
Jenny Lavada is one of the animated climbers you see. When she falls off, she's very either happy or upset with her climb. She's never straight-faced. She's a lovely girl to talk to. We've just spoken to her many times throughout the competition. We're looking to do a good climb here. 28 years old. He's had an average season. Thomas Ballet falling off there quite earlier than we expected. And he's actually only fell off around 22 mark, so he's not going to be making the finals this afternoon. So Jenny Nevada on the orange lower incline of the overhang. And the horse, the roots here about 15, 16 metres high. Quite small climbing walls that we've seen on the circuit. This stage routes are very short. Don't think they'll have any problems with the 8-minute time period if they do need all the time to get to the top. Jenny taking her time though. She's saying that she's halfway through the stage of the climbers and has come out quite early from the isolation, so she'll obviously know that the routes have been quite set quite hard for these climbers.
我们大屏幕上的笑脸们，笑一笑 ，Smile on the big screen, please. 好，我们可以看到大屏幕上又给出了目前运动员的攀爬成绩，都是非常的棒。
好的，我们现在男子线路上来了一名新的运动员，88号 Scott Duman 来自斯洛文尼亚，现在是排位第14位。On men's row we have a new climber, number 88 Scott Duman from Slovenia. His current world ranking now is 14.
Out next here on the men's route, Demon Skovic. Fantastic up-and-coming athlete on the climbing circuit. He did very well in the Youth World Championships. Only 18 years of age, 8th 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. Well, currently Jörg Verhoeven is at the top of the leaderboard with only 9 climbers left to go, and he's just joined me now. How did you find that climb?
Really good actually, for the set of holds they had, and the wall is nice, but it's not really nice. So the route did a good job, yeah.
You've had a very good season since coming back, gold in IFSC, and then successful 5th, 6th, 5th at World Champions.
Yeah, I can be satisfied.
Your form is well this season.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. Like some know, I had a couple of hard years, and it just feels like I'm back in shape. I mean, the levels has exploded, so it's hard to keep up, you know.
Yeah. So what do you think of this route? It's obviously troubled some of the athletes that are not really seen on the world circuit, but
yeah.
Just see Thomas Ballet fell quite early there. The pyramids below you. You're
the route is pretty standard, but there's a couple of problems. First of all, it's the altitude. I mean, I do a lot in the mountains, but we're here on like 7,000–8,000 feet, and it just kills everybody.
right, that's what it is. So
yeah, and your fingers are my fingers were pretty numbed out at the top. Some small holes, and the temperatures are not that high, especially this morning. So I think it's a tough climb for everybody.
I was under the presumption that it's quite cold, it's quite nice for you to climb, but it's the altitude really kicking in.
That's a big problem, yeah. But it's the same for everybody, you know.
Sure.
I don't think everybody lives on 2,500 meters.
What do you think of this venue though for a World Cup?
Well, there's pros and cons. You know, the setting is amazing. I mean, it's really pretty landscape. But it's in the middle of nowhere. So yeah, like I say, there's pros and cons to it, you know.
Right, are you off to Korea?
Sure.
Are you doing the
whole trip? Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you for talking, and I hopefully see you. Good luck this afternoon. Thank you for joining us, Jörg Verhoeven. Dominic Skovic just falling off the wall. Jenny Levada doing well though on the right-hand side. So Jenny now, she is reaching the same area with Anastasia. So Melina is holding first place, but now I think 26-27. Just needs to get across to where her feet are to take the first spot. She's looking comfortable. Maybe it's taking a rest. Nice strong turn there. Big cheers, unfortunately just falling. So that is definitely the hard spot for all our climbers here at the moment. Anastasia Samelina, Maya Vidmar and Jenny Bavada. All big names on the climbing circuit, all falling. Out next on the men's category is Italian Stefano Gisolfi, and he's up next.
Natural, we can see the 70s and then 70 Stefano from Italy. World ranking is 13.观众朋友们今天可以观察到，今天的赛段这个线段的难度还是提升了很多。相对于昨天的预赛来讲呢，我们可以看到运动员非常卖力的努力的爬，
但是我们现在运动员的表现都是非常的出色，为大家带来非常漂亮的一个比赛。我们的比赛当然会越来越精彩。现在来到女子赛道的是。
Well, I've just been to find Maya Vidmar and find out how she's feeling. How are you?
Not so good.
It's quite upsetting climb for you after such a great competition 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. Just explain to us what actually happened.
Yeah, today I don't know what was in my head, but I wanted to match the red one, but then I couldn't, and I saw, oh no, I have to go with the left. There when it was such a volume, and then I couldn't.
So you basically had your hands in the wrong position, yeah. And you didn't turn back in time and slipped?
Yeah, I couldn't.
So all in all, not a great competition for you, but you've still got 2 more competitions in Asia.
Yeah, 2 World Cups and 1 Master. Yeah, I hope it will be like last week or 2 weeks.
One more question. I saw you were wearing a scarf. Was it cold today for you to climb?
No, I am a little bit cold and it feels better with the scarf.
Okay, so you're running down. Is it the high altitude and the time changes from Europe? Has that affected you?
Yes, but this night I slept good. Tomorrow I had some problems, but it's always like this every year, and it's no problem.
Okay, well, good luck and thank you for talking to us. And good luck for the rest of the competition in Asia. Okay, Barbara Backer on the wall now. Stefano still doing well. Barbara Backer, one of the older athletes on the circuit here from Austria, our first Austrian to climb. She has not had the strongest of seasons, but is also always making semi-finals. 30 years of age, climbing since the age of 10. The best competition today is the 4th in Purs in 2011. So she's always there or thereabouts in the finals and the semi-finals, but a long way from visiting so many competitions, not actually making podium. So Stefano here on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see, just reaching holds 24 and 25. So it's actually, sorry, it's slightly higher than that. He's actually up to 30 now. That's 30. His left hand is on. He's looking secure there. So it'll be the next hold round to 31 and 32. The small, tiny, crimpy holes, the light blue one you can see just above that green triangle, so his next hold. Barbara still doing well on the underhand. The top left triangle you can see, she's on the one on the right. The top left is the next place for her to get to take the lead spot. Great strength. Well, this is looking good for both athletes, and I'm going to keep not saying any more as they both fall to the ground. And let's just have a look at where let's have a look at where our first top threes are. So on the men's, this is what we've got. Verhoeven, Jörg Verhoeven still in the top place. I'm not sure if those results have been updated. See if we can. We're still waiting for them to be updated, but I do believe that that is the top spot for Jörg Verhoeven. And Urban Primovic down there. Third spot. Let's have a look at the women's. Jenny Nevada, Barbara Basha, and Anastasia Samalina, the top three currently in the position. That's the top 8 at the moment for the women's category.
那么目前我们也是有将近一半的运动员出场完毕，而接下来的运动员将会给我们带来更加精彩的比赛，请大家不要走开。
我们现在在大屏幕上看到男子现在目前排位第1的是76号荷兰选手 Joe，
而现在在女子赛道出场的是22号 Hanslan from Korea。
好的，现在男子赛道又有一名新的攀岩选手出场，51号 Mario 来自奥地利，世界排位第12位。On men's right we can see number 51 Mario from Austria, and world ranking is 12.
So as Barbara from Austria comes off on the women's, I put on the left-hand side, Mario Lechner from Austria takes the wall to fly the flag for their country. Suri Han on the right-hand side from Korea. If you're wondering why you can't see any of the Japanese in the start list of these semi-finals, there's no Japanese athletes are taking part in this Chinese World Cup. We'll say no more on that matter. Now, we are definitely looking towards the business end of the qualifications now. This is 11. Suri Han is 11th climber out, so we'll be seeing the strongest of the women's categories out, and it's actually Mario Lechner, who needs to set the example to the rest of the climbers, to compete with Jörg Verhoeven to get into the qualifications. Actually, Jörg Verhoeven quite considerably the highest along on this wall, and only 6 more climbers after Mario to come out. So this is where we're going to see people being knocked off the top spot. So, yeah, this is where you can see Jörg Verhoeven. So, Stefano on plus 32 is the cut-off point. Plus 32 is where Mario Lechner needs to get to or above to secure a place in the finals. Suri Han on the women's category. She She's going to be looking to get the highest, as high as possibly as she can, because there's still 11 more climbers coming out.
所谓排上1分钟，跑下10年功，这些运动员必须要用很多的时间去努力训练，来挑战不同的难度。好的，观众朋友们，给他们一些鼓励的掌声，谢谢。他们现在动作非常非常的优美。
哇，两个运动员的实力真的是非常的强，加油！
So you can see the top two athletes, as Han Shurin falling that top area then, where the girls have to turn, transfer over to the other volume. It's definitely one where there's a bit of problem with some of the stronger athletes coming out. We're looking forward to seeing how Jana Ernst, Helen Janicott, Mina Markovic and Jane Kim tackle that area of the problem. So halfway through in the women's categories. Mario Lechner doing well there. He just got over to 33. I believe it was the 33rd hold. I think definitely secures him. It was 31, 32, yeah, 33 I reckon he was on there. So that should secure him a place in the final. We'll wait for clarification on the judges. Stefano was on 32 plus. I actually think Mario just reached over and took hold on 33, but we'll wait. It could be on 32 plus, and even if that is the case, he will still go through to the final. Because of his ranking and how he did yesterday on the qualifications. On the women's, still Jenny Levada still holding top spot, but now we have another Austrian. They're coming out stronger, faster. Magdalena Roch taking the wall. Magdalena, 18 years of age, strong competitor. I do apologise. It was Barbara's strongest thing. It was actually Magdalena's strongest competition was 4th in Paris in 2011. She's the world junior silver medalist this year.
我们在这里也可以看到，在刚刚结束的在比利时的一站难度赛的当中，他的排名是第3位，而在新加坡的青年锦标赛当中，他是获得了。
Joining us on the men's wall over here now is Mikhail Chernikov. Topped both his routes yesterday. He's in strong form. The Russians always have strong contingent at our competitions, both in the speed and lead, and obviously the world champion in the bouldering category. Mikhail Chernikov is 27 years old. He's had a very strong season. He started strong in France, only 9th in the World Championships. It's a beautifully sunny morning here in Xining in China. As we've spoken to the climbers, although it is nice temperature conditions, or maybe a little colder than yesterday morning, it's definitely getting warmer. The high altitude is what is affecting them the most. 2,500 meters high we are here in Xining. And as we say, it's Mikhail Chernikov takes a tumble and falls from the wall. That makes Stefano Gisolfi safe for the finals, and he'll be pleased with making a final again here on the IFSC circuit. That'll actually be his first final since Briançon this year.
第二名 Mario 来自奥地利，还有第3名意大利选手 Stefano。
So we now only have 6 more climbers out to start. Hyun Bin Min, Manuel Romao, Romain de Grange, Sean McCall, Jacob Schubert, and Ramon Julien Pugong for the men's category. So actually, I believe Stefano might not get to the final, depending if these 6 beat him. But he's in a strong position at the moment. Obviously, we've counted the names. Magdalena Rock, no. Definitely doing well. She's actually at the highest point, I believe. 28. 28, but that is definitely the highest we've seen. Well done to Magdalena on her performance there.
好的，现在男子线路上的是72号闵玄彬，来自韩国，世界排位第9位，也是比较靠前的一位选手。On match row we have number 72 Min Hyun-bin from Korea. World ranking is number 9.
那我们是越来越期待接下来的比赛了。我们看到现在出场的运动员的实力都是非常强。那么你现在看到的也是 IFSC Climbing World Cup 2012 Shanghai， 这也是我们在世界上非常高级别的一个比赛。
那现在亚洲呢，韩国和日本在攀岩比赛上面的发展还是比较快速的，也比较强大的。
Well, this is where Min Hyun-bin is at the moment, and where he needs to get to. Jörg Verhoeven, Stefano Gisolfi. We're still waiting for Mario's score to be updated, so Yubzan Garita will not be in the final there. That's definitely it, but I don't think many of the other names, definitely from Stefano downwards, will be making it with the last 6. Let's see how Hyun Bin Min gets on though. It's early days. It could be some of the climbers could out and have a slip or have a bad day. As we now go on to the women's category as well. Our next climber out, Evgenia Malamed.
好的，我们可以继续关注我们女子的比赛。现在正在攀登的是30。
So relatively quick semi-finals here. We've only started about an hour ago, and we're pretty much most of the way through the men's route. Only 5 climbers left after Hyun Bin Min. So very quick competition, and we have a few hours gap after this, and we'll have the speed finals. We had the world record broken in that category yesterday. 6.07 seconds now, the world record for men's speed climbing.
加油，2位选手，come on！ 天气也是非常的舒适，现在太阳照在身上，非常的温暖。
That was Evgeny Vaichatovsky of Russia who's took the world record for speed. Now you can have a look at that speed competition on the YouTube IFSC channel. You can see the world record being broken. But will we see 6 seconds broken this afternoon in the finals? That could be great to see. But we're in the lead semi-finals now. And we're definitely at the business end of the competition. Hyun Bin Min now looking towards making himself secure in the finals. He's currently at hold 25. It's actually 29 now on the right, so 30 is that left-hand grab. 31, that's 31. So now we need to see where he's going to get to. Ooh, 31. Is that going to be enough? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Hein Bin-min. We'll have to wait and see now. That's half an hour to see the next 5 climbers. See how well they do. Evgenia Malamid now looking to make an example for the rest to follow. Still, how many climbers left after Evgenia? So we've still got 7. So 7 climbers still to come out after Evgenia for the women's category. So she needs to set a strong climb, or at least hit where Jane Levada's set to make a strong hold. Okay, here you can see where she's got to, and the top 3 at the moment is Jenny Levada, Barbara Backer and Samalina, and they're all in the same area as Evgenia now. I think this will take her into the top spot actually. We're not sure if the last 2 scores have come through, because I do believe Magdalena Rock actually should be higher than that as well. So we're still waiting for them scores to be updated. As Manuel Roman, the in-form French climber, begins his climb. Came 3rd in the last 2 World Cups. He's one of the older climbers in the categories. 29 years old. As Evgenia Malamid just falls. I think she'll be in a strong position, depending on where the last 7 women climbers can come. So Evgenia now, she's going to go and sit next to her coach and her teammate. Wait for to see who will make the finals. As Manuel Roman now looking to make strong contention for finals. He's had a fantastic season. He's made every final he's competed in. Chamonix was 8th, then he's got better since. You can see here where he is on the wall and what he needs to beat, although we're still waiting for these scores to be updated. And we'll have to have a look into this. So no, the scores here are updated. Jörg Verhoeven, Mario Lechner and Stefano Gisolvi, the top three, still to climb. If we just take off the routes and we'll take off the numbers, there you can see where Manuel Roman needs to get to. To secure a position in the final. There's only actually 3 climbers left actually, so he will make the final now. He's at hold 29. As Dinara Fakhretdinova starts on the right-hand side. So these are 8B pluses, these routes. We haven't seen a top yet, but I know all the crowd and you guys in the chat want to see a couple of tops, if not one, at least one in the semi-finals. Quite contrast yesterday from some of the easier competitions. There's Romain Desgrange. He's there on 31. Okay, now he's over to 33. That is 33, the yellow hold. And he's looking strong here. Over these 2 volumes, fantastic to watch. He's definitely in the first place at the moment. He needs to get up. Well, he's definitely in the final. We knew that once he was past 30, but he's definitely the highest. Looks very strong, just going across to 34, 35. But reaching up to 37, nowhere to clip onto. And he had a fall back down to the clip over around by 28. But good climb there for Manuel, and he'll be in his 8th successive final this year in 2012. And now Dinara Fakhretdinova. I apologise for the totally wrong commentary there. That was not Romain Desgrange, that was Manuel Roman. So all the information I gave you on Romain Desgrange was for the next climber coming out. But a great climb there from Manuel Roman. Was that? Yes, that's correct. Here is Romain Desgrange. So I do apologise for the last 5 minutes of total incorrect commentary there. As I say, there's some people coming into the chat now. Hello from Vancouver. All joining us late. But you're just in time to see Sean McCall coming out after Romain Desgrange. So Dinara Fakhretdinova also at the same point. Very strong climber. Dinara is only 19 years of age, 7th 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. Best competition was 9th in Briançon for 2009. So now 7th was her best in her career, so she's obviously going in the right direction. And the DJ is running out of music, as we've just heard this song about 5 minutes ago. It's back on again. Looking at diamonds in the sky. So Rahman taking his time. It's a shame we don't have our regular commentators here, Dan Finn or Johnny Bryan. They wouldn't have made the mistake about the name changes. They'll be back with us for Crans later in the year. So Manuel Roman there in the top spot with 37 plus, is that? 37 plus, 36 plus, Jörg Verhoeven. Mario Lechner 34 plus, Stefano Gisolfi 32 plus. Hyun Bin Min will be the cut-off, I believe. It's Romain de Grange plus 3 other climbers still to come. So he's on the breaking point at 32, with Romain de Grange on his way to try and beat that. Dinara Fakutinova on the women's route. She is looking in a strong position. She falls, but I think she's still going to be in a strong position just because of where she's came out. She'll definitely be waiting to see what the, well, of course she'll be waiting to see who the other climbers are coming out, where they get to. There's still 6 females to come out and are all strong, so I'd say Edwina Malamed will be in the strongest position, in the second position, until the next 6 strongest climbers come out. So this is the strongest we've got so far. Well done for Romain de Grange. Come on, Seb. It'd be great to see a top. Another animated climber. He's really on form. Bronze in the last 2 competitions. Clearly the strongest here so far we've seen today. The sun shines down on the stage at these athletes. There you can see the 2 Russians on the right, Dinara and Evgenia, just talking about the route. Romain de Grange holding the top spot in the men's. So let's have a look at the women's. This is where the women's are at the moment. Magdalena Rock, Dinara Fakutinova are the top 2, with the next 6 to come out. It'll be Evgenia Malamed with 26.5 plus is her points score. There's a half score there in that route. Jenna Nevada will be waiting to see if she's done enough to get into her final. There's still 6 strong climbers coming out in the women's category, with in the forms of Charlotte Duruff, Katerina Post, Helene Janikot, as well as Joanna Ernst, Mina Markovic and Kim Jae-im. And it is Charlotte Duruff we join now on the wall. To see where she can do and compete. Set an example for the next 5 to come out. On the men's category, we have, for all you Canadians in the chat, hello to you guys, and your athlete is about to come out, Sean McCall.
再一次来到我们青海进行一个攀岩比赛。那他在美洲的成绩也是不错的，是一名比较全能性的选手。
And here he is. Big fan from all. He's got fans all over the world, Sean, and voted the representative for the athletes at the World Championships in Paris. Sean McCall. Great to see. He even competes in the speed competition here yesterday, narrowly missing out on the qualifications. But he can't be disheartened because also the world champion and silver medalist for the world champions also missed out. And he was only a second behind the second place athlete in the world championships. So Sean McCall. What do we think in the chat? Is he going to tap? Charlotte Durif. Also, it's been on the wall about a minute longer than Sean McCall, and you can tell the different routes, but Sean is always been a fast climber. His own style. Sometimes people have said to him, why do you go so fast? But he said to us back in Atlanta, it's his style of climbing, and that's what works well for him. Wasn't his strongest of competitions 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. He only finished 7th, but he was 5th in pairs. He got silver medal in the World Championships. He didn't compete in pairs. In IMS, but they also took silver medal in Briançon. After also a strong competition in the bouldering this year, Sean McCall is definitely on form. Let's hope he can set an example for the last two, Jacques Chabert and Julien Ramon, to take the top spot. We really would like to see a top here before we have to wait for the finals. So here in Xining in China, we're 2,500 meters high in altitude. If you've just joined us, I was telling people earlier on. And it's the, we were speaking to Jörg Verhoeven, he said it's the high altitude that is affecting all the athletes. Oh, Charlotte doing well here. She's resting upside down on the overhang.
Come on, Sean.
And Sean resting on hole 30. So Matty in the chat definitely thinks he will top. I'm not sure if that's biased, but I hope he does as well.
Come on, Sean! Yes, that's right.
He's doing well. He's got a good, strong reach onto 33, 34. It's a good spin round, got a nice foothold onto that second volume. It's got a clip here. Amazing strength just to hold on them 2 volumes. 14 meters hanging above nothing. And he's shaking his arms, definitely pumped. Great effort. He's definitely in the final. We'll try and get a chat and see how form he's on. Say hello to all you, to speak to all you Canadians in the chat. Looks tired there. Pumping, heavy breathing. Charlotte Durif though, she's had a long rest on that volume. And there's plenty of time really. She's probably still got another 3 minutes left. They have 8 minutes in the semi-finals, 6 minutes, no, 8 minutes in the semi-finals as well.
都是增加了很多。那么进入到半决赛的运动员在比赛经验也是非常的丰富。哎，沙雷，哎。
观众朋友们，给予他一些鼓励的掌声，谢谢。好了，我们现在看到。
We cheer for you。
我们现在看到大屏幕上，那现在排名在男子第1位的呢是来自法国的欧妹，第2位是法国队友，也是同样来自法国的 Menu， 第3位是来自加拿大的 Shaw。
我们运动员也是在调整休息中。可以看到是用到了比较舒适的一个位置。好的，我们看到 Charlotte 继续了。
So Charlotte's still hanging on here. Waiting to move over. Really catching her breath. It's great to see. Just had her foot trapped around the rope. And that, I think, still puts her in a strong position for the final with another 5 athletes to come out. On the men's category now, though, it is the world number 3, but world champion at Paris, Jacob Schubert. And do we think in the chat he could top? It's out of him or Ramon Julien Publanc.
Jacob 也是在9月份法国的世锦赛当中，难度是获得了第1位的成绩。他目前也是只有22岁。
So just trying to track down Sean McCauley. He's just having a breather. We'll get an interview with him for you guys as we watch Jacob start his ascent on this wall. There you can see his route to beat Romain Degrand, Sean McCall, Manuel Roman, Jörg Verhoeven, Mario Lechner, Stefano Gisolfi. They are our finalists. And then Hyun Bin Min and Zida Ma of China, the last 2 to wait to see if they get in. But with the likes of the world number 1 and number 3 still to climb, the chances are looking quite bleak. Over on the women's category, we've just got Katarina Porsche coming out. So we've got a wall of Austrians entertaining you guys. As I say, we've got the speed semi-finals coming, well, it's the finals, last 16 through to the finals coming up in a couple of hours' time. Maybe a little late for the North Americas to be staying up to watch, but we'll be back again this afternoon, and that's 6 hours time from now for the finals of the lead category. Not sure what time it is now in North America, if you can let me know, and then we'll work out what time your finals are for you to watch. It'll be around midday in Central European time, about 11 o'clock for the finalists to watch live.
观众朋友们不要太安静，给他们一些掌声，谢谢。Come on, come on.
那么我们现在的运动员也是在预赛当中，2位都是排在了并列第1位的成绩。
So Jakob up to hold 30 there on the left-hand side of the wall. And this is where he might choose to have a rest. He's got that one left clip left, and then about 14 holes left to go to top. He's got about 8 more holes to top the route so far for the semi-finals, but 44 to top the actual hole problem. Straight across 33 there on the yellow volume. Similar position to Sean, slightly lower. He's definitely looking strong. Sean looking on, actually, I can see in the crowd. Katarina Porsche also looking strong on the right-hand side. She's on that same position that Charlotte was just hanging, and she just falls. But Jacob is now making his ascent towards the top. He's definitely the highest so far. He'll be happy with that. Be interesting to see how he found that route.
Thank you, Jacob.
Just 3 holes left from the top there for Jacob Schubert. So that was the end of Jacob Schubert, just 1 climb left to see. So just the world #1 to come out. See if he could top the semi-finals for the men's route. So it's 10:30 p.m. in Ecuador. So it's going to be right in the middle of the morning for the semi-finals, for the finals here, and 8:25 p.m. in California. So if you get a few beers and have a late night, you can enjoy the finals of the League World Cup in about 6 hours' time, if you're in California enjoying the competition. So now, Ramon Julien Publon, the last male competitor to climb this lead competition. And on the right-hand side of your screen, when the climber comes out, won't be long. Helene Janicot, only 18 years of age, but such a strong climber. She's had a fantastic season. Helene's on form in the French team. 18 years of age, came onto the scene with a fantastic result. In 4th in Chamonix and then 1st in Briançon. We got a chat with her there and she was delightfully happy. She was 6th, 7th in the World Championships, 5th in Perth, and 6th in Atlanta. So finals all round for Helene in her debut season in the IFSC World Cup Tour. Could she be the one to break the back of this troublesome volume exchange that they have on the overhang on the women's? Ramon starting off steady on the men's route. Well, can you believe it? Ramon Julien Publon falls at hold 12, I believe. Might even be 13. That is a big shock. He didn't look happy actually on about the 7th hold. That is quite baffling. We certainly expected it, but that means Hyun Bin Min will make the final, and that has changed. As I did promise, Sean McCall interview, we'll ask him on that views. Sean, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Hi, I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. That was a bit of a shock what we've just seen there.
I actually was just walking over. I missed it, but I heard, yeah, his foot just popped off when he was making. Actually, that move is quite a big move towards the left. I mean, the foothold's not very spiky, and I guess he didn't have enough weight on it.
Well, that makes him out of the final, so he won't be getting 3 in a row. But I knew you were second highest before Jacob. How did you find your climb?
I mean, I was pretty disappointed with the way I climbed. I mean, afterwards when people were saying, yeah, okay, it's okay, you made finals, it made me happy, but I was really mad kind of with how I climbed. I mean, already at the 3rd draw, I was already feeling kind of out of my element, and then the whole time it felt like I would have to let go with one arm and then generate momentum, and I could never really get a good rhythm in the route, which is one thing that I really strive for. I just straight up didn't get a rhythm in the whole route. Now that I look back at it with my move, and I don't know. To me, I'm lucky to be in finals. I heard you had to get somewhere around the yellow volume. I almost fell the move just before, and it felt pretty good because I had my feet up high. But it's really good that I'm in finals, and I'm happy. But I hope I climb better in finals.
Well, to be honest, obviously you know I don't climb, but you're a very fast climber, which everyone talks about. Is it that you are so fast climbing? Is that why you could not find your rhythm?
Well, generally I try to climb fast to get a good rhythm. You know, if I connect 4 or 5 moves together and it feels like it just flows, it feels really good for me. And on this, yeah, already at the 3rd draw I had to slow down and I had to climb it really move by move. I mean, I couldn't find my feet. There were no feet, and I think that's what really hurt me. I mean, by halfway I was pumped, and when I have to slow down and start resting, it's either that I'm either screwing around, which I almost never do, or I'm just pumped and I have to stop and rest.
Okay. How are you finding the altitude here? I spoke to Jorg Verhoeven earlier, and he said when the climbers are liking this sort of a height, 2,000 meters.
Yeah, I mean, it really hurt me yesterday. After my first qualifier, I was just completely done. And then I tried to do a bit of cardio, get my lungs working, and for my second qualifier, I felt better. So I'm hoping it'll be the same thing. This is my first route.
And then you did the speed as well.
And yeah, and I felt even better during the speed, and that was 4 hours later. So I think just being up in the day, you know, breathing the air, I don't know, I have no idea, but I feel better as the day goes on. I'm sure it makes sense. But I'm hoping finals will feel better than semi-finals.
Well, it will give us give strong momentum for the last 2 Asian World Cups. With three competitions in tight proximity, having this training early on is going to help.
Yeah, I mean, this is my fifth competition of 9 I have to do in a row, and for me it just keeps going on and on. But I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it, and there's no really, I can't do much training anymore. But I like the 3 in Asia, and this is the highest at the altitude. This is at 2,500 meters, and then I understand that Korea and Japan are pretty much at sea level, which will really help.
Yeah, that would be a great help.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for talking to us, and we'll try and grab an interview after your finals. Good luck, and thank you. Do you want to say hello to the fans watching with you in the chat?
Yeah, I decided to say hello to everyone. I have no idea what time it is in Vancouver. I think it's something like 9 hours ahead, but the day behind or something weird like that. But yeah, okay, well, yeah, big shout out to my friends in Vancouver. I'll be back in a couple months, and yeah, hello to all the other Canadians out there as well.
Okay, thank you, Sean, and good luck for this evening. All right, mate. As we join Joanna Ernst on the wall. I actually missed how did Helen Jennicott do. I'll have to look back later on that. I was too busy talking to Sean. Hi in the chat from Sean's mum and dad. I'll go and let him know that you said hello. I was away from the laptop to see that. But thank you for joining us around the world, and everyone. As I say, we're very coming to the end of now of the semi-finals. Just Joanna Ernst, Mina Markovic, Jae Kim still to climb on the women's category. Big shock there with Ramon not making the finals. We can have a look now at the top 28 as they stand on the women's actually is like this. So Barbara Bacher at the bottom at 25 plus. So she will be out now with Jana Ernst taking past that. I think it's Gina Valamade is going to be on the bubble, as Johnny Bryan would say. And just the two strongest in this season of the climbers out next, Mina Markovic and Jane Kim. So let's see how Young Ernst tackles this volume problem, which we haven't seen anyone really pass to an extent to reach up to the top end of the overhang. It's all around this 28 plus, 27, 28 older mark. And Joanna falls there as well. So, just two climbers left to go, and will we see them transfer past this area? We'll try and get a chat with Joanna later, or some of the female athletes, to tell us what the problem is up there. The sun is definitely warming up now here in the late morning here in Xining. So, Mina Markovic out next. Silver medal last week in the Atlanta World Cup. We were briefly going to show you the men's results, but we'll go through them in detail in a second. This is as they stand. They are our top 8. So Jakob Schubert, who will be last to climb later in the finals, and Hyun Bin Min, the first to climb. But we'll go through the results properly later as we look at Mina Markovic starting her climb. The Chinese TV just there, taking our in front of our shot. We'll have a word with them later. But Mina Markovic, she was 3rd last week in Atlanta, 4th the week before in Perth, and that was after coming back from a broken finger, which she did in the Bouldering World Cup 4 weeks early, well, 3 or 4 weeks prior to that, just before the World Championships. She told us yesterday she's back to full health. She's a quick healer.
You are watching IFSC Climbing World Cup 2012 Shanghai, and what's going on now is the women's semi-final lead climbing. Who's climbing right now is from Slovenia, Mina. Her world record now is the 2nd place.
Question from Matt in the chat: do the route setters test the problems, or do they just put the holes on the wall? Yes, they definitely test the problems. Simon Margon from Slovenia has been here with his team for the last week. They've been testing the routes. They were retesting them last night and this morning, just due to the results from the qualifications. There always can be a tweak or two in between the rounds from the original set, just to see if how the climbers perform, and if the qualifications are set too easy or too hard. A few changes could be made from the semi-finals, and again from the semi-finals to the finals. If we see Mina and Jane pass the crux problem that is on the overhang, then maybe there won't be too much to change. An ideal route will just see one of the routes topped by one climber and closely followed by second. That's a good idea of a good route. It breaks up the competition. We don't really want to see everyone topping, but then we don't want to see everybody not topping. It's like we want to fast forward to this crux problem. to see if Mina can do it. Only about 3 holes to go. She's having a rest here. I definitely put my money on Mina or Xining defeating this problem though. They're fantastic athletes to climb, to watch. What I do notice about this problem and this crux is where the rope actually gets tangled in between the legs and causes a bit of a problem. Just like there, she slips, caught herself on the rope, but that's okay. So it doesn't affect her, and she's fell early, Mina Markovic. That was a bit of a shock. I think she may have got strong enough, higher enough to make the final to beat Barbara Baxter, but she did not look strong as she took on that black volume and came away to turn. So it comes down to one athlete, the queen of lead climbing, Xining Kim. Fans all over the world, especially in Asia, where we are experiencing our first World Cup. Fantastic view here. The crowds come out in there, hundreds of, well, probably a couple of thousand are here watching in this fantastic area. We're in the middle of the mountains in the Shanghai province, just outside the city of Xining, and it's 2,500 meters high altitude. And here she is, Xining Kim, behind the official. There she is. And now, I actually think she can do it, but I won't speak too soon. Come on, Mina. Sorry, come on, Xining. Clearly, I don't do the commentary too often. So if you're looking forward to watching the finals this afternoon here in China, it's live on the IFSC.tv website at 5:30. We'll be starting. It'll be actually 5 p.m. actually the lead finals. Speed finals is on at 2 p.m. so that's in about 2 hours time, just over 2 hours time, and then that will follow by the lead finals for men and women. So wherever you are in the world, if you add on 5 hours time from now, you will get to enjoy the live webcast here from Xining in China. We are live next week in Korea for World Cup number 2 of the Asia Tour, 8 on the world circuit of the lead, and we'll finish off in Asia in Japan the following weekend and bring a close to the competition of IFSC climbing in Kranj in Slovenia.
Climbing right now is from Korea, Kim Jae, and her world rank now is the first place. What I see here, and she was the number 5 on the IFSC Climbing World Championship in Paris. And IFSC Climbing World Cup in Belgium, she was number 1 for the lead. Very impressive.
Very fluent climber. Takes her time. Looking to take every problem as it comes in turn. Gradually making her way to the top. I definitely think she's got the skills to do this problem. It's that big volume to the left and then the crux over to the green volume, which is the problem we need to see broken, and then carry on up to the orange part of the overhang, which turns into a slab. There's a good strong turn there. And now she needs to turn the other way. The rope looks a bit tangled there, but we'll see how she turns. Amazing to watch the skill of these climbers.
Come on, Kim Jin.
This is it. This is what we wanted to see. This is beautiful, smooth climbing. She did that with the matter of ease, and it was just, I really want to know why everyone else found that problem, and she did it so easily. Let's hope she can keep going out to the top. Find a good grip on that hold above. She's not secure yet. Transferring her hands so smoothly. It's unbelievable. The difference in her style of climbing. Oh, just fell short. It was possibly very pumped as she got to that area of the wall. Well, that was Xining Kim and the last of the climbers. We're going to have a look now at the results. Let's have a look at the crowd. Are they still here? Yes, the crowd are still here, enjoying the show. Yep, the crowd are going to be hanging around for the speed finals in a second. They'll be starting in a couple of hours. But just before we close off, we'll go through the results and the men's finalists. So they're going to be the first page.
Semi-final from leading competition, and right after we will do the final.
Final lead competition and also the final speed. What we're going on now is going to be do the speed final first. After that.
So the men's results, they are the top 8. They'll be going through to the finals. Jacob Chabert, Romain Dugrange, Sean McCall, Jörg Verhoeven, Mayo Lechner, Manuel Roman, Stefano Gisolfi, and Hyun Bin Min. Surprised to see Ramon Julien Pablanc, gold medalist last 2 events, just fell so low. I think he's actually last in the semi-finals, which makes him last in this competition with only 20 competing, which was a real shock. So this is the men's semi-final results. Just wait for confirmation of the last 2. Ramon only comes above Kai Wei Shu on countback. And now the women's semi-finalists. These are the results for the finals. Xining Kim, or Kim Jae-in as it's pronounced over here in Asia, taking the top spot. It's Magdalena Rock, who also did the same climb. Helene Janicot, Dinara Fakhreddinova, Charlotte de Riff, Katerina Posch, Joanna Ernst, and Evgenia Malamed all make the top spot. It looked like Mina Markovic was out there. That was a surprise then, so she didn't get the next hold in time, or before she fell. So we don't see Mina Markovic, who is definitely looking stronger over the last couple of competitions since recovering from a broken thumb. Well, thank you for watching our live webcast here in China. We'll be back for the final in about 5 hours' time. We'll be back for the speed finals in 2 hours' time. So thank you for watching. So from here in Xining, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and we'll be back in a few hours' time. Enjoy the replays and check out the world record-breaking time of the Speed World Cup of 6.07 seconds on the IFSC YouTube channel.
Today, Top 30 is the only company in the world able to design, produce, set up and manage a top-level competition. Everything within the same company, everything with the trustworthiness and professionalism that an official competition requires. Everything Top 30. Top 30. The heart.
我还以为今天。